I want to talk a little bit about wildcards in display rules. This is pretty cool because what this allows us to do is use a wildcard for things like the reference file name. In older versions, if you used a wildcard if you used a display rule within display style, and you wanted to go in and say, all right, I want to change how the main design file, the DSGNRD files look, and some of the others, the plan profile, the PLPRRD that you see here, and the pond, all of these design files that end in RD, you would have to actually go in and manually add those, right? Including the topo RD. So that we didn't have a good way of being able to say, okay, just select everything that ends in RD. We do now. We can use a like statement along with an asterisk, which would be, obviously, a string of characters, or we can use a question mark, and the question mark allows us to replace out one. And it's done in the display rule within the condition editor. I'm going to jump into MicroStation because just listening to me talk about it doesn't do justice to it, but I'm going to jump into the right file and let's take a look at what we have. So we got a bunch of data that's here, a whole lot of data attached to this, and I kind of zoom out so you can see you've got property lines, you got other data that's here that's in design files, you got this red line that's here that's the baseline, and you want to start turning some of this stuff off, but instead of shutting it off, maybe via the level or a reference file, we can use a display rule that does that. And a display rule can have, a display style can have a display rule. In that display rule, what I can do is if I come in here and take a look at an existing one, this again is new in the fact that I can select the name and say like. We've always had equals and not equals to and is set, but if there were 5 reference files, 10, 50, 500 reference files, you had to put that many lines into this display rule. Not saying it wasn't possible, but it would have been a little bit of a hassle to have to do. Here we can say like, and we can key in whatever our particular wildcard is. So let's say I want to get everything that is has the word line in it. So if I say line, this is going to get rid of the baseline, and it's going to get rid of the property lines. Now, when I say get rid of, folks, all I'm doing here is under my actions, I'm setting it to hide the data. It's going to turn off the data that are in those reference files that meet that condition. So here we say roadway off. You'll see that it shuts off all that other data. Do y'all see that turning on or off? So it not only turns off the property lines, but it also comes down and turns off baseline. Why? Because the word line is in it. And again, give you another example here. The example that I started with was anything that ends in RD. So what's that going to shut off? And if I say RD DGN, that's going to shut off my topo file, my topo RD. It's going to shut off my main design file. It's going to shut off a couple of different things. So let's turn off roadway off. What happens? So it shuts off everything that meets that criteria. So if we look at the reference files as an example, it shut off the topo, it shut off the right-of-way, it shut off the asphalt pavement DSGNRD, as well as the shared use path DSGNRD, so same file, but 2 different ways of displaying it. It's also shut off my plan profile sheets. It's also shut off my drainage design, all with one condition editor, setting this to like and using one wildcard.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.